Dungeons and Dragons.
And we are back.
Welcome
hold on.
back,
A lot of you
guys.
here. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a week. Did you guys have a good week?
It was in fact a week.
You've already asked us this, and you know the answer was just ... This
is the public answer.
We're sad.
Rhetorical question.
Rhetorical question. Whack. So, that's that's an abridged reference no one will get but me. First off, we have some housekeeping to do. Special shout out to, I'm going to say this wrong, H0SS00312 and 4 Gatherers is all caps, our 2 newest Twitch followers. Hooray!
Wow, welcome back.
We're growing.
Damn.
Yeah,
How'd this happen?
I think we might break 20 before the end of the year.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Damn.
We're
That's
getting there.
actually weird.
We're gonna be the next Critical Role.
Astounding,
Yeah, that's it right
considering the fact that nobody's watching it right now.
Yeah.
We just started.
Role.
We're 2 minutes in.
Half an hour late. All right. So, also, I would like to give a public apology to Formerly and to Charles.
Why?
Because I was not being a very good DM to you last session.
Oh.
And I have taken some lessons from it, and I'm going to try to do better.
Wait, why? Wait, what? Wait, what? I had a fine time, Jeffrey. I'm, confusion, but thank you, I guess.
You would
I
try
love
to
and
do a
appreciate
bless,
that.
and I was throwing up a lot of walls in your way instead of just saying, go for it, kind of thing.
Oh no, it's okay.
It
was a bad idea.
No, I mean, it was a good idea. I was just unnecessarily making you act out every detail of it when really it made no difference.
Fair enough. Well, I appreciate you.
Whether or not you cast it, stealthily or in front of everyone, it would not have mattered. I was just trying to be deep in the moment, and that was bad. So I will try to do better next time.
You're Gucci, my man, but thank you very much.
All right, and with that, we shall do the intro.
True lies, cats' cries, late at night on the run, magic ties, fallen eye, the moon shines down. Careful who you trust, if only you must stay alive with them. Take your time, solve the crimes. It's better off when you're gone.
And welcome back. So, Last time on the Unsung City, Dimitri entered an underground fighting tournament. And while he made a valiant showing, he ended up losing to an assassin using monofilament wire gloves known as Spider. Despite this, the entire group bet smartly on the matches and walked away with quite a tidy sum in profits. Now we rejoin the gang as they head out to the shops to spend some of their ill-gotten gains.
Considering how we operate, this is probably the most lawful our gains have been in some time.
I mean,
You
yeah,
gained
we're
them-
not.
I'm gonna have to fix that.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
you did gain them betting on an underground fighting tournament, so...
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't
And we
kill
did
anyone
try to
for
throw
it.
the tournament several times.
Hey, they were
That's
being
true.
racist.
It's true.
Hey, they started it. They
It's
put the limit
okay
on
to
the war
we
do
had
force.
times
to-
if the victim was being kind of racist.
We
Yeah.
had to unthrow the tournament in the first place.
This is true.
Precisely.
We made sure it was a fair fight. And I think that's pretty cool of us.
Yeah.
Okay. So... would you guys like to stop at... What shop would you guys like to stop at first?
Somebody pick.
Well, you know where I'm going to pick. So if anyone else wants to stop somewhere else first.
I know we didn't talk about it beforehand. Edwin is going to go to the bookstore at some point and buy just a bunch of books.
Fill up that library.
Yeah.
Any particular
Maria's also gonna go
books?
to like a dress store or something and just get a bunch of pretty dresses
Okay.
and shoes.
Yeah.
To answer your
so what do you
question-
guys,
Oh, you go.
what do you guys want to do first? Do you wanna do
I'm
big
good with
bookstore, clothes
I'm
shopping.
good with Gilbolds if that's where, because that's the other place that I was going to go was Gilbolds if that's where Shamrock is going.
I mean, I'm going to stick with the group. I mean, there isn't a split up right now.
I mean, you guys did just earn a ton of money. You treat yourselves to some fancy clothes. You get Shamrock something other than one coat.
Other than the same clothes he's been wearing this entire time, essentially.
Yeah,
could have-
Shamrock, let's get you some fucking clothes. What the fuck?
He can
Maria
have
starts
two-
shaking at the excitement of a makeover.
Excellent.
Oh,
Let's do
Wait,
a
Clark,
clothes
what were you saying?
shopping.
Nothing important.
Alright, did you want to do like any specific books or just books in general?
I think he's gonna avoid anything eldritch and spooky. I think he's had enough of that. I think he's gonna go for books on like more stuff on the dragons that are around because we had to deal with them at some point.
Okay, so like a book about dragons. Okay.
Yeah, like the modern history of dragons and old history of dragons. Anything he can find on dragons, he's gonna look that up because I'm assuming we're gonna have to deal
Research
with the
on
fucking
dragons. Okay,
eventually.
cool. Yeah, let's say you spend 200 gold, and you get enough
Okay.
to give you, let's say, 2d4 minus, 1d4 minus 1 bonus, the same as the ancient notebooks on anything
cool.
related to dragons.
Okie dokie.
But this is like a collection of lore and trivia and like stories that someone like shenaniganed a dragon into telling them and stuff like that.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so clothes shopping. So, you arrive outside. It's not as good as your store, obviously,
Of course not.
but it is a nice I mean, let me ask you a question. Are you going for like an upscale, like a posh place, or like a medium grade, or just like a thrift store? What are you doing? I mean, obviously for you.
If it's up to me, I'm gonna take you guys somewhere upscale. They do know my name there, and they'll take really good care of us. But if you guys want to get something a little bit less pricey, I kind of understand, but also I feel like we're part of the High Rollers Club now, so this looks snazzy.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyone who can bet like over $1,000 in modern money on a fight is definitely in the High Rollers Club now.
I mean, you do it once, and what do you get? A lot of money. That's what.
3 times the payout. Okay, so you guys come upon a high-end haberdasher's place. It's more like bent towards like 80% of the store is all about like women's clothing and stuff like that, because they're the people who buy a lot of fancy clothes. But there is like 1 or 2 aisles that's men's stuff, and then there's like 1 aisle that's children's clothes. Mostly the reason that you come here is because, I mean, your mother came here when you guys were visiting, and they are.
Are you talking to
they
me?
do a lot of. Yes.
I don't know who my mother is. I just want to point that out.
Oh, that's right. You don't. Fine.
You came
a
with your
female
handlers.
relative of some kind.
Yeah.
When you guys were here on vacation one time, a female relative of some description brought you here to get a nice summer dress. Because your family would die of embarrassment if you were seen outside in anything less than perfect clothes.
Rhea would die of embarrassment.
Yes,
regardless of them.
So, you are here. This is Greta's Garments. You know Greta on a first name basis at this point. And as you open the door, the bell over top dings. She says, welcome to Greta's Garments, Maria! And she comes around the counter, like dropping whatever she was doing, and sweeps you up into a hug. This woman is probably like in her mid-50s to early 60s. She's one of those women who gets plump with age in every area, and so it's kind of like being encased in like warm chintz, but she's got that like affectionate aunt air about her, so it's not like it's not annoying that she's hugging you heartily. It's kind of roll your eyes, my aunt's being, so huggy. But she welcomes you in. She says, come in. I just got the new, let's see, what is this? This is going to be October, November. So yeah, I just got the new November line in.
Oh, that's so exciting. All right, Miss Greta, I want you to meet all of my friends. Specifically, I'm actually looking to get something for Shamrock over here. Come on and take a step up. We're looking to get him something just really dapper.
All right.
Bodyguard?
Something like that.
She kind of like walks up to Shamrock, and she like lifts up your arms and tilts your head this way and that. I mean, she has to like she tries to reach up, but she can't reach you, so she walks over, gets a step stool, and then she tilts your head this way and that. She goes, yeah. He's got, I mean, I guess bone structure is the wrong word, but he's got a strong chin. And she like runs her hands along the surface. Says, ooh,
well, this adamantium reinforced with mithril iron tones, but really the outlay of it really makes the sort of stand up to any sort of wear and tear. Oh wait,
yeah, but you don't polish it enough. You don't polish it enough. So she pulls out a handkerchief and like licks it and swirls it. Like try to cleanse your chest a little bit till she can see her face in the reflection. It goes, that's better. Now, Your tone's a little off for the upcoming seasons. You're more of like probably like a summer, and we're going into the autumn. We're into the winter months, but we could do something for you. So she takes a step back and she stands next to Maria and she's pondering. She says, she talks sideways to Maria and says, "What do you think? Maybe like a suit, but not too tight of a suit. Oh, and one of those new fedora hats that are all the rage among the men."
Oh, absolutely. A suit. I'm thinking maybe some like nice like Oxford loafers possibly, although I don't even know if you can wear shoes. We'll see. So, yeah, something not too tight, but maybe like just like a little cinch in at the waist. Not even like a cinch, just like it goes in a little bit at the waist, just for some shape.
Shamrock's just looking around and was like, just, what's going on?
Since your body
Don't worry,
we'll
Miss Greta's going to take really good care of you.
We'll leave it a little loose around the shoulders and the chest so that he can, conceal some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. And what about you? She turns to formerly.
I mean, unless you've got some sort of shifting fabric, I always do look for things to make myself harder to spot. But I think in terms of proper wardrobe, I've got about what I need.
Well, I got this new fabric in. She turns, she's like talking to you, but she turns to Maria in excitement. I got this new fabric in. It's drow silk. It's so smooth, so cool, and she turns to you. It's a little bit blendy in the shadows. Gives you a nice, smoky, mysterious stranger feel.
Right. Yeah, I would be very much interested in that.
Now she walks out. She walks up to you and like looks you up and down, and she was wearing like something yellow around her neck, which you thought was some weird like necklace, but turns out to be like a cloth tape measure. As she pulls it out and she like does a few measurements. Skin and bones. Doesn't your mother feed you enough? Honestly, Maria, this one, you're gonna have to get him into some pinstripes. There's just long limbs. They just look so good in pinstripes.
What do you think?
I've already got a pinstripe suit. But
oh,
sure.
All right. He's already got one. But I love that about you. You read my mind.
I know. That's so tragic that your family doesn't come down here anymore.
We can invite him over or something. I know my father's been missing me, so... And you should come to dinner if we ever do a big get-together. You're practically one of us.
Oh. She, like, places her hand on her chest. Oh, you flatter me, you. Now, what about this young gentleman over here? As she goes over to Edwin.
Edwin is, like, very kind of obviously nervous. He's not used to buying clothes. He's like, well, I'm not very active. I tend to just sit at home and read, so...
Miss Greta, he doesn't have any nightwear. He really needs something for going out with us.
What? And that he's with... Is he, Is she, like, makes a street sign? Which those of you from the underworld, and probably Edwin too, because you've spent a long time learning about the underworld at your father's behest, would recognize as the street sign for mafia.
I'm just kind of the bookkeeper. He'll kind of say hushedly to her.
Oh, if you're gonna be in the lady's presence, as she gestures to Maria, and her bodyguard, and let's see, you're gonna be, as she points to formerly, and some kind of capo probably, and turns to Fritz And leadership material if I ever saw one. And then Dimitri and the muscle, of course. If you're all going to be with the young miss, you gotta look the part. She, makes a dramatic pose that would not look out of place on a stage and says, appearance, darling, is half of presentation. If you don't look good, you don't feel good. And if you don't feel good, how can you expect others to feel good about you?
Maria starts applauding.
Sherrock just deadpan.
Cream, this is my treat, all right?
Well, I'd just like it to be comfortable, that's all. As long as it's comfortable, I'll trust your judgment. You know more about these things than I do.
I'm thinking for this one maybe more of the professor look. Maybe a tweed jacket, something nice and brown. Not black.
Can we get him
Black
like a
wouldn't be his
little
color.
splash of color, though?
Oh, like one of those, like a nice scarlet handkerchief to go in his jacket pocket.
I love it.
Oh, yes.
Now, I
Yes,
know
yes,
y'all are
yes.
talking about our nighttime wear. I'm just saying, you get this guy in a tennis sweater, you can't tell me that wouldn't be very, very handsome.
Of course. But if you're going to go around with the young miss, you've got to have a flair. You walk into the room and everyone knows that you instantly own the room. She makes dramatic gestures.
No offense, but that doesn't really sound like him.
People
It's
tend
more,
to.
he walks into the room and you know he's the smartest in the room.
Of course. That's why I
And
said
you know he's got your back.
tweed jacket, maybe some nice some wingtips, long legs, some nice
Oh, he's really
silk
jacked
socks.
too. If that's a note
maybe,
to you. There's a lot
you
of
know,
musculature.
Maybe
I'm not comfortable
one
with
of-
all this flattery. Why are you saying so many nice things about me?
I mean, that's not really a nice thing. That's just a fact. You are,
It's true.
Yeah, you're
Yo.
straight up fucking ripped.
yo.
So, Maria, you know,
Mhm.
you know his color scheme better than me. I've only just met him. I'll leave the color choices up to you. Meanwhile, this, as she walks over to Fritz with both her arms out, this is a canvas any artist would love to paint on. Look at this muscle tone. Look at this definition. This jawline.
Fritz is just getting the angles. Getting the angles in.
Please let me assemble an outfit for you. No, a wardrobe.
I
Would
will
be
say,
the centerpiece of my next display.
I
Simply
am.
a picture of you on the wall will bring people in.
I'm very flattered, ma'am.
She leans in. And by the way, my husband and I love your shows.
Oh.
Good for you!
Well then, if you potentially cast back your memory, I am here for a bit of a reason.
Yes, it always gets Albert in the mood.
Well, I'm
So
glad
please,
to assist.
You must let me pay you back. Come. Everything for your entire group will be 20% off.
Oh,
Very
that's very
Very
good.
generous.
It's not every day you meet the person who single-handedly saved your marriage.
Incredible.
What did Fritz do?
Shamrock is confused, but also knows better than asking.
Formerly is shocked and a little bit delighted.
Fritz is acting a lot more confidently about this fact than Greg is, because oofa, doofa, my queen, have a little bit more faith in yourself.
When you need one white twink to save your marriage.
Damn.
No, it was. She's like implying that seeing the show,
Yeah.
they've discovered things about themselves.
Yeah,
I
Which has
know.
reinvigorated the marriage.
Which is that they were into
Yeah.
white twinks.
Yeah, you see, in our basement we have a speakeasy. In their basement, well,
I'm
Just
just
change.
saying, it is a dom show, so yeah, probably.
So, Maria, you have your choice of any clothing that you choose to describe, and feel free, you or the others in the group can, talk about the clothes that you want your character to have. There are also a couple of some more enchanted clothing with some minor magical effects, which you are free to request your clothes be made out of. Greta does do tailoring, and she does a very quick job of it.
Like what other stuff other than the drow silk?
There is this new Hearthfire cloth, not as popular when as winter is kind of winding down, but Chicago, the winters are pretty mild as it is. However, basically you can make it's commonly like gloves, boots, and hats are made from it. And if you're wearing those, that part of your body cannot get frostbite.
That's very useful.
Yeah, and you could, in theory, make like a whole outfit out of it, and it would keep
God.
you moderately warm. Like not like at
You're not
a
gonna freeze.
comfortable temp. It's a comfortable temperature.
Like
to wear to the winter court.
that was
so
what I was
we're not
about to
freezing.
say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Ray.
No, you're good.
There's also a nice. They've come up with this lovely fabric. I'm not sure how they treat it. Some alchemist came up with it, but it's almost impossible to catch fire. He called it as something or other, as Bemis or something. I don't know. But it's wonderful. I mean, you could stick it right in the fireplace and it doesn't even catch fire at all. A lot of the fire departments are asking for it. They're lining the jackets with it and everything.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Asbestos, that's what it was called.
No.
Doesn't count as metagaming to not give our characters asbestos poisoning. Because if we survive like Dragon Apocalypse only to die of asbestos poisoning, that'd be really fucking sad.
Can I just assume
I think that would be the best way for us to die is asbestos poisoning. I can't believe one of your magical items is fucking asbestos because it's fireproof.
Can I just assume that Edwin has enough knowledge of Roman history that he knows that shit kills your lungs?
Very
Agreed.
Smart
The
boy.
Romans did know
Thank
that
you, Cream.
asbestos killed fucking lungs because they put it in their slaves' clothes, and they talked about how the slave clothes caused them to have like their lungs deteriorate.
Go ahead and make me a knowledge check at advantage.
Please roll well on this.
Do me a history.
24.
Holy
24,
hot
yes,
damn.
You know that asbestos used to be used in ancient Roman times, and it's not the best thing to make clothes from. It is incredibly fire retardant, but
He's gonna whisper to everyone else, "Don't get the asbestos clothes. It'll rip your lungs apart."
No.
Immediately,
Yeah,
Shamrock
alright.
was like examining it, and then he's mentioned that. Like, opens hands, let's go. All right.
There's and over here we have this. I mean, it's not lovely necessarily, but it is very good. It's someone took that material they developed for the war, canvas, and they figured out how to soften it on the inside so it doesn't feel rough. I wouldn't necessarily make clothes out of it, but you know, if you were to make, say, a shawl or an overcoat out of it. Oh, and here, she takes Maria over. This is the pride of my November line. Sorry, I had to remember months for a second. She takes them. She takes you by your hand and shows you an empty display case.
What's?
Oh no!
What was
Someone
it?
took it.
No,
I'm
hon.
so
Here.
sorry, Miss Greta.
She reaches in and she puts it in your hand, and it feels kind of cottony.
The hell? Is this
Invisible
like from that
socks.
story, the Emperor's new the clothes, the Emperor's clothes?
Yeah, the one where he's naked. I've heard that one.
Yes. Would I just look naked if I would?
Why was he naked?
No, these are invisible socks, so you can still keep your feet closed while you're wearing sandals.
Holy shit! This was the most needed invention.
Or, you know, some of those nice open-toed shoes that I've seen the society ladies wearing nowadays. They're very in vogue.
All I
Right
can
now?
think of is the fact that if jelly shoes existed, that these would be bomb as fuck.
Now, I would never suggest that you get any of these. However, as she takes you over to, leads you over to a different section, and she says, here are some, these are what are called, trench coats. I believe it has something to do with the war. I'm not super up on that. However, this one is, this material is kind of like oiled canvas. It repels water, it keeps out the cold, and it also makes you look incredibly mysterious.
You have Shermark's attention.
And of course, second place pride of joy, as she drags you across the store again, is look at this as she shows you what looks like an assortment of corsets.
Do you have any that are just like, not even like waist defining, but just sort of like flattening? I really want to get that sort of boyish figure that seems to be really in these days.
Well, the ones I have, the ones from this line are more for comfort and flattering your figure, but I'm sure we can work something out. But no, the best part about this is that it stays comfortable no matter how much you tighten it. Doesn't interfere with your movement at all, or your breathing.
Hey, if I was alive 20 years ago, that would have been perfect. But right now, I feel like my clothes are so loose, I don't even need it anyway. Thank you, though.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we have some nice sun hats over here. No, obviously, your eyes are fine, but for those people who have more light-sensitive eyes, these hats are guaranteed to keep your eyes nice and covered. Mechanically, anyone who has sunlight sensitivity will not suffer from sunlight sensitivity while wearing one of these hats.
Neat.
Or rather, you still have it, you just don't suffer the negative effects.
Understandable.
And of course, we've got all sorts of color-changing charms. And I know we have the usual anti-dust, anti-moth, those kinds of things. The door rings at this time, and she goes, "Oh, welcome to Greta's Garments." And she turns to you and says, "Please, don't hesitate to tell me when you've decided what you want." And she hurries over to the person walking in.
Well, she comes in like a hurricane and leaves just as quickly.
Seems like it.
So, and he's back to looking at the trench coats.
Okay. So the trench coat of mysteries, while wearing it, you have advantage on investigation checks.
Ooh. Fucking what? That's wild.
I mean, literally me. I mean, someone's going to have to tell him about style and stuff, because otherwise he's just picking the first one up off the rack that fits.
Bright
I think
purple.
that suits him, though.
Lisa gets Sham some new clothes, gets Sham another trench coat.
Another
Technically
better
works.
trench coat.
Okay, so you guys are free to describe what your character gets in terms of clothing, or you could just let Maria do it if you can't think of anything. This
Don't
will
make
be
Maria do
nothing
the whole
other than
thing.
for the people who are doing art for this eventually.
I'm looking at some nice trench coats for my friend.
Are you gonna get
the
in,
one that-
a closet full of trench coats?
Mood. I think formerly wears a lot of cable knit sweaters, this sort of vibe.
Oh, that's cool. I'm into it.
Yeah, get you some Aaron knit sweaters.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know fucking words.
Formerly looking like a chimney sweep.
I'm sorry,
I
that's
feel like
that's sport wear. Get out.
Ooh.
I think the only time I've seen an outfit like that is in
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, thank you. I don't
Sad.
know why I was forgetting the name of Mary Poppins, but
So
Understandable,
so you're
best
not
to
a
get better
chimney sweep, you're
soon.
just a soccer hooligan.
Soccer hooligan. I'm making
Ooh.
everybody on this team get fun tennis sweaters because this is the era. This is the era of good tennis sweaters.
Okay, so how much time do you guys want to spend in this shop? Real world time. And
Wait, hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
What
Well.
clothes do you want from this clothes store?
Why clothes?
We're at
of course.
Soup.
We're at Soup.
Oh, yet another internet callback. Yeah, so you can get the tough material, which is you get fireproof material. You can get material that keeps you warm.
Alex, don't let him
fire.
fool you. We cannot get fireproof material.
It's got asbestos.
It's got asbestos in it, yeah. The hearth fire material. You can get the tough. It's called tough trousers, but I assume you can make pretty much anything from it. It's a material that can't be damaged except by spells like disintegrate or similar effects. Not to say that you can't be damaged. It's just that the clothes themselves will not be damaged. There's the unrealistic corset, which no matter how much you tighten it is just as comfortable.
Boo.
They're invisible socks and the trench coat of mysteries, plus standard and the drow silk, plus standard anti-lint, anti-dust, anti-moth, those kind of things. So have we come to a decision?
I been knew what I was getting.
Okay.
Well, the things that Maria and formerly suggested for Edwin in the Discord, I'll go with both of those.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah, get with some cute little outfits.
Yes.
Okay, so we got you.
And I'm paying for Cream stuff.
Oh yeah, and Gray wanted to get Cream a good tennis sweater.
Something like the tweed suit, like the one that's shown on the stream now. And also apparently one of these for some reason. Because fashion, I guess.
It is fashion.
Sorry, you don't want to see him in a little baby cape? Coward.
Only if he gets a deer
that is
stalker cap to
homophobic.
go with it.
You know what? There is one thing that, while we're here, I'm probably going to pick up. A new suit that fits Dimitri.
Of course. You're the muscle, so you gotta have something that looks good.
Well,
intimidating.
I'm not just the muscle. I'm a freaking officer. I've gotta represent.
What?
There is no mistaking when you walk into the room, you are there to break someone's knees.
Well, yeah, but still, can't represent by doing it.
In Madame Greta's eyes, anyway. You are the muscle.
Yeah, but I gotta look good while doing it.
Yeah, well, that goes that same for Madame Greta. Oh, God. But yeah, as expected, Shamrock will be coming out with a couple of trench coats at Maria's behest, some tapered vests and slack combos.
Are you getting a little fedora?
Of course.
Please say
yeah,
yes.
I like the look.
Yes.
You know, he even get like the light ones, the draw ones for the light sensitivity, just enough to shade the eyes, you know, just really get that dramatic lighting in.
Okay, cool. So, extra intimidating look. Excellent. And a couple suits.
Mm-hmm.
So, like
enough for evening wear stuff, yeah.
When Madame Greta finds out that you wear just the one set of clothes you're wearing now, she doesn't let you leave with less than 3 sets of clothing.
I don't see what's the problem. I just mend this one. Okay, you're taking me over here. Okay.
No, you gotta get one for the cooler months and one for the warmer months, and then we gotta get you one for formal occasions. Oh, and we gotta get you some shoes to go with it. Oh, so much wardrobe to do.
What's wrong with these shoes?
Oh, men. Just trust me, okay?
Right. I'll
Doesn't
follow
matter
your
if
lead.
you're a robot, you're still a man. And that's fine. But just trust me, okay?
Uh-huh.
It's not just about you. It's about the people around you. If you're wearing something really weird, it doesn't fit the time of the year, it's going to make everyone around you uncomfortable. You don't want that.
I suppose.
Exactly. So, trust me. So, you walk away with several sets of clothing.
Just arms full.
It's what he deserves. Let this robot wear some fun clothes.
Hell yes.
So, Dimitri.
Yes.
Are you just getting like a dark suit?
Something a bit more stylish. Not a tux, but something functional but flashy.
So, probably something like Luca's wearing then.
I think, just as a goof, he should have to have shoulder pads.
Oh my god.
He doesn't need them, but I think he should have them.
You guys haven't seen the Romano family.
What?
Do you want to show the Romano family off?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's see your freaking family, Jess.
My dear family.
Definitely.
This is my oldest brother, Luca, that you see on the screen now.
Where do we see him?
Oh, I thought I had him open. I thought he was just open for everybody, but he was
there you
not.
Go. Now you guys can see Luca.
Okay.
Hold on.
Wait.
Did I goof that? I goofed that. All players. There we go. Now you guys can see Luca.
Can we?
Yeah.
He should show up in the NPCs.
Oh, when I open
in the
him up, I don't see
NPCs,
anything.
we usually do the thing where it goes like.
Oh, I see it. Oh, man. He
Luca,
looks like
Luca.
James Bond vampire hunter.
He does look like.
He's pretty intense.
Oh yeah, that's like.
Which one's your? Is it Angelo? Yeah, oh no, he holds a bit of resentment on Maria.
Angelo's the Fredo of the family.
Fuck is a Fredo?
He's the fuck up.
Oh. Oh shit! Is that from
He's
Brooklyn
the
Nine-Nine, or
Chandler.
is that me being absolutely tasteless?
It is technically from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but it's from The Godfather.
Oh, great, cool. That's fine.
And then Francesco is Maria's favorite brother.
Francesco.
So something kind of like what Luca is wearing, like a strong like a silver, not too dark but not light either. Just a nice like silver that speaks of wealth and power.
That's actually exactly what I was thinking. But
okay,
definitely
it's gonna have to be a bit. It's got to be a bit wide around the everything.
Yes, definitely something that's off the bulk in the build as well.
Yeah. I mean, Greta looks at you when you like bring over a suit and is like, "Can you make this my size?" And she looks at you and she's like, clicks her tongue and says, we'll do our best, dearie." She walks off muttering about like expansion charms and stuff like that. And so we've got you three. Jess, you've been showing like 16 dress designs.
Yes, I have.
Formerly, what are we getting you?
I think he's gonna get a. Pardon?
We briefly like mentioned ideas.
Yeah. No, I think he's gonna get a coat out of the drow silk.
Yeah. Okay. It's actually Drider silk, but
Drider silk.
If you say Drider, it's actually like from Driders. But if you say Drider, people start thinking about where the silk comes from, and then they get grossed out. So they just say drow silk.
Oh, well, as somebody who can create webs from my body, also, that's fine. I know intimately where the web comes out of. So I'm not too concerned about that. I will get a Drider silk cloak.
Okay. So just a cloak or a whole suit?
Or no, I'll do a fun trench coat. I'll match with Sham.
Okay, a fun trench coat. Okay, cool. And lastly, but certainly not least, Fritz.
Listen, he just wanted to replace that one fucking gown he had that got ruined that one time he thought he was going to the opera, but then ended up having to do a hit on someone instead. It got blood all over it. Just wants a new gown and new opera gloves.
No, you are not walking out of here with anything less than a new wardrobe.
I know.
When you mention that you want to, I mean, she knows the kind of shows that you do. So when you mention that you want like some opera dresses and stuff, she's like, of course. And, goes about so and so.
Very Louise Brooks, very anime Wong. Very anime. Most of the clothes that I have picked out for Pritz are anime Wong because her clothes are so fucking good.
Okay. So, yeah, you get a whole lineup, like a full, not just November, but like a full year-round worth of clothing. You got summer clothing, you got winter clothing, you got garden party clothing, you got everything for both genders.
Rights to Fritz.
Let me rephrase this. Both body types.
For all genders and all body types.
You've got dresses and suits and,
two genders,
some stuff that's in between, trousers, leggings, all sorts of stuff.
One of those like fun, those like wide leg weird silk pajama sets that bitches used to wear as clothes back in the day. I don't know how to
just
describe
fully lingerie.
Not lingerie. Okay, has anyone ever seen the Thoroughly Modern Millie movie musical with Julie Andrews? It's not good. Like, the musical's good. The movie musical is bad. She has like a fun little weird silk set in that with a little shawl, and it's a thing.
Since when have they ever been? Anyway, so...
It's like a real Talia Barbarova move. I know too many bitches from the 1920s that all did different shit.
Yeah, so, you guys get it, and of course, on the house, you guys all got the anti-lint, anti-dust, anti-moth treatment on all your clothes. It's like bound to like your shirt buttons and your lapel pins and everything like that. So to keep
Does Dimitri's suit fit in the end?
Wait, what? What about Dimitri?
Does his suit fit in the end? You said like immediately.
Yes, it does. It's a bit tighter on the chest. But it's got. Eventually, she just went like the full body enchantment that the corset had, so that he can move freely in it, even if he's not, even if it is like tight around his chest. So his movement is not hampered at all while wearing it.
Okay, cool. So I can still do my monk shit. Got it.
Still do your monk shit while looking fabulous.
I do have one thing I do want to add to my wardrobe if I can get that done. As far as a lapel, I want a custom one.
A custom lapel? Sure.
Yeah.
What do you want on it?
Yeah. Just Shamrock will show the back of a letter from Clover. Just if I can get this design as a lapel, I'd appreciate it.
The gold star or the gold heart?
Yeah. If it wouldn't be too much trouble.
Okay. I mean, yeah, sure, we can do that as a lapel pin. That's fine. Let's see. Do you want anything in it? How about like a ruby or something?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay. Maybe like a gold heart with a ruby inlay. Yeah, that's nice. A heart, like a fire ruby. Yeah, that's nice. And she like wanders off in the throes of creativity, and she comes back like 5 minutes later with a lapel pin that's solid gold, and it's got a fire ruby inlaid that seems to almost glow with an inner light. Not enough to like shed light in any situation, but when you look at it, you're like, wow, that looks really, like it's got an inner fire in it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Speaking of jewelry, Maria, I assume that you spend some time waffling over like necklaces and earrings and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely.
She eventually says, "Dear, you're gonna get 20% off. Just take a bunch."
All right,
Also,
I'm getting myself a matching pearl set.
Oh, you look lovely in it.
Do they have pocket watches?
Yes, they do. Although they're not like as good as you would get from an actual like a jeweler. It's not like walking into K Jewelers, but they can like do custom engraving and stuff on them.
Like I'm gonna on this little escapade where I'm gonna ask if we could stop by and get a proper pocket watch so I can keep the schedule and stuff because.
Sure, absolutely, you guys can do that.
Mm-hmm. Nulls fails. I can always make modifications.
Yeah.
Too bad you can't stick any magic blue smoke in it.
Damn, all that blue smoke. All right, back to Arizona we go.
Boy. You bring all your stuff up to the register, and she rings it up to you, and it comes out to 2,000 gold.
All right, this one's on me, folks.
Yeah, thanks.
And you guys do indeed walk out looking like you are $1 million.
Hell yeah.
At least $2,000.
She was right. She was right. I mean, it does feel like you feel more confident wearing something that looks nice. Maybe it's the silk trousers talking, but you do feel a bit more confident in yourself as you walk down the street.
Or maybe it's the fact that there's the sea of the sea of the crowd parts before us.
Yeah. They know we're the main characters.
No, we're just carrying too many bags and they don't want to get hit.
In Maria's mind, she's like, they fucking know.
I thought it had to do with the giant fucking bear.
Hold on. They know. Hold on, those guys have pink hair. They're anime main characters.
Damn.
We do have a giant bear with us.
Yeah,
and a Warforged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just Warforged will walk around and look like Mr. X here. Don't mind me.
Not a single one of us is human, and we're all traveling together in a big group.
I mean, just
human passing.
Just a nice shading over the face, and then just glowing green eyes out from under the door. Just don't mind me.
You never returned your library books. You checked out War and Peace.
I'm here to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
We've come to talk to you about your carriage's extended warranty.
No.
I'm going to do that to players at one point.
Your Model T's extended warranty.
In the middle of a dungeon, some guy's just going to walk up as a random encounter like, hello, I'm here to talk to you about your carriage's extended warranty. Like, in the middle of a dungeon?
It's Henry Ford himself.
There's already like 5 spiders back there. How'd you get here?
You just receive a message in the middle of combat. Hello, we're contacting you about your car's extended warranty.
Oh, God.
Ah, yes, a 1919 Model T sedan.
Okay,
yeah.
So we've done those. we done magic clothes. Cool. And you guys wanted to stop by a jewelry store. So you guys can go there, and the men can get pocket watches or wrist watches.
Oh yeah, are there any cool watches like Shamrock's? I know that his is really hard to get and make, but anything fun?
There aren't any magic watches here, but there are some that are very nice. Some of them are even have like crystal faces, so you can see the gears whirring inside.
Oh, fancy. Yeah, Edwin will pick up a watch.
Yeah, I'll get a watch
these
too.
Are all incredibly expensive, so they're going to cost you like 50 gold each.
That's nothing.
Yeah, that's fine.
To you.
We have money for this now.
Now?
Yeah, we have fancy crystal watch money.
Dude, yeah, some of us have
I'm going to get like something... Yet again, I'm going to go with something that probably matches the suit to some degree. Preferably the color of the tie. Whatever color that is.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Just keep in mind, you guys are spending, like, if you guys, in the real world, went out to a store and just dropped, like, $700 each on a watch. That's what you guys are doing right now, when I say 50 gold.
Mm-hmm.
We have so much fucking buku money that we haven't spent.
I don't think that's Jeffrey's concern, but also, like, if we're in theory, if we were all like a group of people who were going to a gala and we were like looking for somebody to advise us style-wise, yes, I think it totally would like be fine.
And I mean, think about it this way: last night was very traumatic. We're therapy spending.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not casting shit. I'm just like, you guys are like, that's not a lot of money, but that's a lot of money.
No. Yeah, we know it's a lot of money. We're poking fun of the fact that we got it, baby.
You do got it.
This is escapism.
Escapism. I'm stressed, and rent is due in 2 days, so.
Oh, don't remind me.
Oh, can I get my arcane focus cleaned? at the jewelry store.
Oh yeah, mine as well. Mine's a big old ring.
Shamrock, you can also get your armor polished if you'd like.
All right, get the armor buffer. Here we go.
They can do. I mean, they're used to strange requests. This is Chicago. You can get your chest plate buffed and shined and waxed.
We're all roll up on Gobolds, and he's just like, "What the fuck happened?"
No, he's gonna think
why is it
these
shiny?
guys are fly as heck.
It's like I leave you guys.
Like one not to curse.
You guys are free to spend 50 gold each to get a really nice watch. It winds. It's not quartz, but it's enchanted to wind itself. It's a clockwork watch that winds itself.
Yeah, I was hoping to go with not quartz, but like a little bit of glass in it, so with maybe a single
modern timepieces have a quartz crystal in there, which is how it keeps time.
Yeah.
And as long as you have a battery, you don't have to wind it. Whereas the old timepieces, if you didn't wind it regularly...
No, I'm going old school. I'm self-winding mine.
Okay, I mean, it comes, like, at this time, at this price scale, it comes with a self-winding enchantment. You can choose to not use it. But you're welcome to not use it. It's there if you want it. If you ever forget, it will wind for you.
Alright, that's fine.
And you guys can get like a crystal watch face so you can see inside. You can get it to all sorts of funny symbols and runes instead of numbers. Wherever you guys want it to, it can look like that.
Alright.
So, you guys spend a bit of time, picking out the perfect watch, and getting it adjusted exactly how you like it, and you walk away feeling even fancier for having spent 50 gold on a timepiece.
We just be out there.
You guys want to stop at any other shops before Goobolds?
I'm gonna probably stop by somewhere that sells like some quality meat for the Borg.
Okay. You don't have to carry it with you. You can ask it to be delivered to the house.
Yeah.
This is the age.
But I am going to ask for it to be specially wrapped in a present box. Don't ask questions.
Whatever, it's your money. Yeah, so you could spend, let's say, 2 gold on high quality meat.
Like, no, I'm talking about like a good pound of what would essentially be modern, what was that special cow meat that they like?
So the Wagyu beef or whatever.
A good pound of Wagyu.
5 gold then.
What?
5 gold then.
Yeah.
Remember, $1's a lot of money.
I know, but still. I want to spoil the world.
To drop 200. You don't. If you try to spend more than that, they're gonna look at you weird. Like, oh, I'm just. You can put down like a pile of platinums. They're gonna be like, okay, what is this lunatic doing here? Like,
no, it's like
1 gold is $14.
I'm actually doing like 3 gold, but still.
So you spend like 5 gold on like the fanciest corn-fed, hand-raised, rock to sleep every night and read a bedtime story beef, you can. But spending much more than that is like, you just try, like they're gonna look at you like, this is a butcher's shop, not a gourmet restaurant.
Yeah, I know.
But you can buy like the choicest cuts of meat from like premium, farms, and you can spend about, 3 to 5 gold.
Yeah, 3. I'm gonna go with 3 to 4.
Okay, that's fine. Take off 4 gold because you're being fancy.
Okay.
And now, and you can have that delivered to the house. And now, does anyone else want to do anything?
Let's go to Gobolds. It's time.
Yep, it's time.
Time to burn the rest of my money.
All right. Time for Bogo's Binted.
Bogo's Binted.
Bogo's Binted.
Bogo's Binted.
So let's get some tokens.
Now I'm never gonna I never said the name of the store in the first place, but now I'm only gonna call it Bogo's Binted. I need you to know.
Boy.
Okay. So let's get some shopping music.
This is cute.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys after the stream where this is from. So, you guys walk into the shop, and there are several people. So you see Jig, Goobold, and his wife, which is, I forgot her name already, Marissa, are all at the counter. And, it seems that they're having a heated discussion, and, looks like, you see, like, a businessman, a man that looks like he might be, some kind of reporter or something like that, a gentleman in a nice suit, and what looks like some sort of, teacher or professor, perhaps. And Jig looks up and says, "Oh, thank God." And like leans over and like places a hand on Marissa's arm and says, "I'm gonna go talk to them. Maybe they can talk some sense into him." And he walks around the counter and comes to you guys. And he says, "Thank the gods you're here. Shamrock, please talk some sense into this man."
What's going on?
Remember that project that he was working on for you?
Right. He mentioned something about that, and that was it.
Yes, well, you know how Goobold gets in his,
Did he forget to pay rent again?
No. It's not that.
This time.
So he's invented a new technology, and he's these people are trying to get him to patent it. And he's being stubborn and refusing to do it. Please talk some sense into him.
What's this technology?
Suppose that's a military question. What the hell do you make?
Let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go. Nope, that's gonna interfere. We'll do that. There we go. That way the stream can see all the names of these people.
Do we recognize any of these people?
So you can make a... What's local in this system? History, perhaps?
History, yeah.
Yeah, do a history.
I think my glasses give me advantage on knowledge history checks. Would this count as a knowledge history check?
This would count as a knowledge history check, yes. So you get the 24.
Ooh,
Cool.
Fritz getting up there.
Wow, nice.
Fritz is also the dichotomy of man.
Oh my god. On an intelligence-based check?
We love to see it, to be quite frank.
Let's give you some names. So this is Professor Ernest Miller from Chicago University of the Academic Arts, which is a fancy way of saying that they wanted to be both an art university and a science university. Professor Ernest Miller is involved in expansion of technologies involving radio waves. Specifically, his research is... Everyone got above a 10, yeah. You guys all know that his... except formerly, I guess. Everyone except formerly knows that he's involved... He's trying to figure out a way to make phones be able to not rely on being hardlined. Or
like
failing
that'll
that,
ever happen, idiot.
Like that'll ever happen. Or failing that, make radios have a longer range. So he's kind of like into like radio technology. This is Edwin, you would recognize this gentleman from, the circles of your place. This is Charles Albert Winchester Smythe. He is not really like a business person. He's more of an investor.
Okay.
He gets into stuff like his family's old money, and his the way that he has increased his family's wealth is by making smart investments, and he's got quite a nose for smart money.
You said it was Charles something Winchester Smythe?
Charles Albert Winchester Smythe.
Thank you.
Let me see. Can I show you guys? You can see the name, yeah?
Yep, there's Smythe.
Oh yeah, I see Smythe. I see Professor.
That's Ivan Mendoza. Don't ask how that name came about. It's a long story. But Ivan, or Ivan, if you're weird, is one of the leading reporters on the scientific section of the Chicago Tribune. And wherever he is, there's a scoop.
Where we should go.
And then this is His Grace, His Lordship, the Right Honorable Sir Miles Pembleton. He's another one of these investor types, but he's also an entrepreneur. And he's done several very successful startup businesses. He's kind of like a modern, like a 1919, maybe like an Elon Musk, where he'll put his money
I leave
into
the
one
shop
thing.
immediately.
he'll put his money into one thing, and like it'll succeed, and then he'll like split the business off and like just taking investors like shares in the company and then go off and start another company, and he's just really good at it. So if he and Charles are here, there's money to be had in this. And Ivan too. Both Miles and Charles smell money in whatever Goobold's developed. And Jig says, "Please, one of you, talk some sense into this man." And you can hear, as he like a pause in the conversation, and Goobold speaking loudly, and he says, "No, I want this to be a publicly available technology." And Marissa's like, "Honey, it could be publicly available, but we could still make some money off of it." And he's like, "No, this technology should belong to everyone."
What technology is it?
Well, time to intercede myself.
Oh, Sham.
Alright, watch me public access. Hey, good. Well, how's it going?
Oh. And the others are kind of like looking at you. They're like, "Fuck is this guy?" But then they see like your fancy dress, and they're like, "Oh, okay, maybe this guy's someone important." And Goobold turns to you. He's got like a harried look. Like someone who's like reaching the last few straws. But he turns to you with some relief and says, "Oh, Shamrock, welcome. How can I help you?"
Well,
I'm sorry, gentlemen. I've got to help my customers. You can come back another time. And Marissa like slaps him on the shoulder and says, "None of that now. These gentlemen have taken a lot of time to come see you."
Right. I'm assuming something to do with your project from a week back.
Yes. And you should get the first mile. But there's so much more than just what we talked about. I've had such a breakthrough. And you can see, like, you've known him for a while, and you know he can get into not necessarily mania, but a manic-like episode where he goes on like sparky rants. If you guys are familiar with Girl Genius, the webcomic.
Oh God!
He can go on like these kind of sparky rants where he's like, "No one understands, but I've seen it. I've seen the future," and like And then he develops like a diaper that can also brew coffee, which no one needs. But someone somewhere will at some point need it, I'm sure. But Mr. Smythe turns to you and says, young man, this gentleman has invented a device which will revolutionize communications in our time.
Right. So go, Wolf, what else did you make?
And Professor Ernest says, it's not just communications. He's revolutionized the uses of electricity entirely. And Gubald goes on this rant, which is so full of jargon and technical detail that literally only you and him and Jake, who are artificers, are able to follow it. Anyone else can try an Arcana check, but the DC's gonna be pretty high. You gotta beat 15.
Oh,
okay.
Fritz knows people. Fritz doesn't know technology.
I know influential men. I don't know electricity.
Why does it sound like a Fritz thing?
I mean, it tracks.
Yeah, the dice don't
That
lie.
tracks.
I mean, Fritz, there are two very influential men here.
There sure
If we
are.
knew them. So yeah. So Edwin and Dimitri managed to follow along. Basically, what he's done is it started out as just a project to use crystals to cool something. But then he's like, oh well, that's not gonna work. Well, what if we like embedded a spell matrix into a crystal and then made it like cast that spell if we ran enough electricity through it? And he's like, well, that's not gonna work. But what if we made something that could like convert electricity to magical energy?
Those
Specifically
crystals.
to make these effects. So, and it just like it kept going, and so he's developed a method of changing crystals of relatively high purity into and of course there's some like rubies are associated with heating, with fire, and sapphires associated with cooling, and so on and so forth. But he's essentially invented a way to make any like modern electronical device that you could make that's not too complicated, but like shortcutting the need for stuff like microprocessors by like ham-fisting in. For example, you could make like a ghetto cell phone by making a crystal hooked up to a battery that has the message spell in it.
Holy shit.
Or you could make a dishwasher by putting prestidigitation in crystals and like putting it around the inside, like embedding them on the inside of a dishwasher. You could, or a clothes washing machine for that matter, or you could
Holy shit.
It's limited to like cantrips right now.
Right now.
But the potential's there to do higher level spells.
So what you're
Google's
saying
like,
is
everyone
magic.
should be. Gubald is saying like what he's invented is the conversion between magic and electricity.
He's
Like,
making
you could turn magic into a lightning bolt for a long time now. He's figured out how to reverse it. But he's so stuck on the idea that everyone should be able to access this technology. Of being... He's like, we could make clothes washing, like, laundromats have become a thing of the past. Everyone could wash their own clothes in their home, or cook their food without needing oil anymore, or coal. And he's like so stuck on this small scale, he's not seeing the bigger picture. And all of these people are trying to like politely talk this madman away from the cliff that he's on.
Just out of curiosity, do any of these people look like they're anywhere associated with the military?
I mean, you know that Sir Pembleton and Lord Smythe are, I mean, they do have military contracts among their family's various companies. They're trying to get him to patent the technology and set up a company to produce this.
Yeah.
Right now. And they're saying, like, we will give you money to do this. Please let us be on the ground floor of what we know for a fact will change the world. And he's like, no, this should be everyone's for free. No one should be charged for this wondrous technology. And so, Marissa and Jig have been trying to...
Oh my gosh, Robert just pointed something out. This is basically the Tesla issue all over again.
Tesla issue?
Nikolai Tesla?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what he made that.
Electricity. He wanted to make electricity free and available for all.
Yeah, well, this is basically... By the way, Shamrock, as you're, like, listening to this, you realize that this could make... Basically, you could... If you had something for this, you could make a thing that you just, like... You could make a charger, a wireless charger, or, like, a charging base for your bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can convert the electricity to magic.
Yeah, he's also seeing the other more horrifying prospects of this process.
Yeah, like a magical fireball that you can charge in a wall outlet. Not now, obviously, but maybe in, 10 years if there just happened to be a world war.
You just
no one would ever fight a war again after the Great War. No one would ever think of doing that.
Set a pressure pad to a small device that, when it hits, just launches a level 9 fireball. Casually.
Yeah. Something like that.
So,
yeah. He's, one that you could recharge from a diesel generator. But yeah, so he's like going on and on about this. So Shamrock, you're going to have to do something to talk him in or out of this. It's up to you.
Oh boy.
The future is in your hands. Meanwhile, cheery music plays in the background.
Hey, can I do a sleight of hands check?
To do?
I'm gonna see if I can pick the Sir Pembleton's wallet.
You're a
sure.
bear.
Make me a sleight of hand check. Make me a sleight of hand check.
Do we have sleight of hand?
Oh, yes, do.
Make me a sleight of hand.
Well, it's not the elf in the room, but it's the next best thing.
Oh. Yes, you lift his wallet.
Okay.
Right, well, while that's going on... well... Should go all you, I honestly don't know what to say. Wow, I suppose. Tell me, what did you hook up to first?
Well, we talked about an oven. And so the first thing I'd made was, it was a smaller, like a countertop oven. I was thinking maybe you could put it on in like a small cubby hole or something. And you could use it to cook, like one plate of food or something similar to that. I haven't come up with a good name for it yet, but I was thinking of like a micro oven would be a good.
I bet Clover would be all over that.
Yeah.
Right,
And,
well,
yeah, I figured, people like you and Clover who eat so much takeout could use it to reheat your food without, having to hook up the gas and turn it on and wait for the oven to heat up and things like that.
Yeah,
and then,
I see where you're getting at.
I mean, we had to tinker with the settings a little bit to make it stop burning the food, and some things just randomly exploded.
Shamrock's concern just growing with every word.
Yeah, we tried putting just like a sausage in there, and it just like swelled up and then exploded. It was really weird. But turns out sausages build up a lot of steam inside them, and so we had to cut the end of the casing, and that worked.
So heat it internally.
Yeah. Not sure what to call it yet, but yeah. And then my wife came in and mentioned that I had a lot of laundry, and so I got distracted from that, and so I made a laundry cleaning machine.
Huh.
And one thing led to another, and well, now our whole house runs on this new technology.
Well, guess I'm impressed. Sure didn't take you long.
Oh, when the inspiration hits, as he like rubs the back of his neck and he gives an awkward laugh.
Yeah. About what kind of spells are we looking at here? Like level 1, 2, or something low level?
No, I haven't been able to get crystals pure enough to hold anything higher than cantrips right now. And Professor Miller steps in here and says, but we have great hope for up to level 2 spells with high enough purity crystals.
And I could put
Eventually, we may come upon a time where we have the technology to inscribe more fine. Currently, we can only inscribe on the surface of the gem, but our hope is that one day we may have enough technology to inscribe inside the gems and be able to put higher level spell formula inside.
Right.
Just think, if you could make a gem that just push a button and it rains that day. You could bring rain to the desert. Or talk to people on the other side of the world.
Right. Listen, I don't mean to be the wet blanket here, but I'll just be frank and say that I'm excited, but also concerned. As what's to stop someone from something a bit more maliciously oriented?
And Ivan, like a viper striking, turns to you and says, are you implying that someone could use this to, say, blow up a city? Cause cows to miscarriage, milk to turn sour, women to run naked through the streets, stripping off their clothes, cats and dogs getting along?
No more than anything else anyone ever does. Hell, we already got drug problems as it is. People are crazy anyways. It's all could happen anyways. All I'm saying is it's another vector.
So, you suspect the government behind this. Do you believe that the government will use this to reinforce prohibition?
I believe the government has more important problems on their plate, like trying to figure out how to enforce prohibition.
Would you be willing to go on record and state that?
Anyways, go bold. All I'm saying is just be careful here.
So was that... I can't tell, were you trying to encourage him or discourage him from patenting it?
I'm trying to say be cautious. I mean, as far as Shamrock is concerned, the government's probably a worse option than just free market, but also the free market is just going to be a madhouse. So find a way of curtailing exactly how these things go out.
Okay, so I'm not sure where that falls on the spectrum of convince him to patent it so it can be controlled, or make it freely available to everyone. Because it sounds like you were just giving him like a neutral response. So I'm not sure if I should call for... If I call for a check, I'm not sure what a good result would become.
I suppose Shamrock is... Yeah, I suppose Shamrock is going for the...
Try to warn him of the possible
government routes, I suppose.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Not patent it.
Do not patent this device.
Yes.
Okay. So Pembleton and Spythe are going to step in and be like, "Oh, actually, don't listen to him. You need to patent this. Because imagine what would happen if someone just, if anyone could access this technology." And Google says, "This should be available to all." And they say, "And it will be. But it needs to be controlled."
Can I make an observation real quick?
Sure.
Whether this gets patented or not, the military is going to get their hands on it.
Oh, yeah.
Because if it's not patented, they're going to just have free reign to do whatever they want with it. And if it is patented...
The issue on the table is... If
we know the issue.
The issue on the table is if it's not patented, the first person on the street can...
Yeah.
The real issue is if he doesn't patent it, someone else will and will make bank off his invention.
Right, and that's why I'm saying I'm just pointing out.
You know what? Can I just go ahead and point that out in character?
Can I finish my statement?
Hold on.
Quickly?
Edwin, go ahead.
I'm just saying Shamrock's focused on I don't want the military to be getting involved with this. I don't think that's possible. I think if it's not patented, they're just going to start developing it, and if it is patented, inevitably they're going to find a way to get into it, right? Whether he's giving the patent out to research institutes at a university or to one of these investors to have them help him develop it, they're going to get involved in it. So I think trying to avoid the military using this technology isn't something that will happen.
Yeah.
I think that's not the thing you should be trying to avoid, if that makes sense.
The visions of the future is if he patents it, what they're trying to tell him
is the issue.
Well,
we're just trying to discuss it.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
we're discussing. So that's
I was trying to.
You go. Sorry, I've said my piece.
It's okay. I've been trying to say for like 5 minutes. Why don't we just give him the money to patent it? If the problem is that you guys are so worried that it's going to go to the military contact, it can come from us. And we're shitty mafia people, but we know us, so we can trust us.
Makes a good point.
Like,
honestly,
if
that's a really good point.
Money to help it in the ground floor, we're fucking loaded.
My suggestion was gonna be kind of similar, and it was, why don't we have the Cream help write up the contract for it?
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
You're smart.
That'd be a good idea.
Okay. So you guys are for convincing him to patent the technology.
Yeah, but not with these fuckers.
Yeah.
Us.
And making sure that Gobold's in control of this, not that someone else can just run in with the...
They don't want control. They just want a slice of the pie.
Yeah, we don't want a slice of the pie. We just want Gobold to have a slice of his.
Okay, it's whatever you want to do. The point is, if Gobold does not patent this, he's just going to be like giving out the designs to everyone on the street. Whereas if he does patent it, he's going to create a company specifically to produce this. So he's going to have control over who, or his company's going to have control over who does it. If you guys get
we're money
start up, doesn't matter. Okay, so go ahead and suggest that in character.
So, Gobold, question.
Yes.
You want to make sure that this is available to everyone, right?
Yes, that's the point. Everyone should be able to have this.
Then go ahead and patent it so that you yourself can do that. Ignore these fuckers. Do it yourself.
I beg your pardon. As Lord Smythe and Pembleton turn to you.
Well,
why don't you make me a persuasion?
We'll say right now it does sound like you boys need him more than he needs you.
It's true. And we're just his friends. We don't really want anything out of it.
Yeah, you can trust us, not these nerds.
Yeah, fuck these guys.
Trust the knife you know, not the one you don't.
Wait, so who's making
the knife, so you can trust me.
I believe it was Dimitri.
Yeah. Which I don't have any persuasion on, but I can give it a shot.
Can we give him advantage considering all three of us
We're all
are
ganging up on these fellas.
Yeah, we're all hyping him up.
Alright, go ahead and do it with advantage.
Come on, Goobert.
Raise my watch.
You don't need to roll twice, because it already
Right,
does
whoops.
2 of them.
What diggity dog? A natty
All right.
fucking 20, dog.
So, you guys convince Goobold to make this, control this technology. And with that, you will now have the option to, in the future, after some time has passed and development is gone, you can request stuff that's a little bit more advanced than the 1920s tech. And it'll be some kind of pseudo-magical version of that.
Edwin would like to pull aside Shamrock and Gobold, and I guess if Jig and Gobold's wife want to be on the conversation, they can be, but he's once these other 4 schmucks are gone, he's gonna try and pull them aside to talk to him about
Contract
this a little
stuff.
Okay.
more. Well, contract stuff, and also a warning about how U.S. patents on technology work. In that they don't really matter for very long.
Given.
Depends. How soon does Disney come into creation?
Well, that's a trademark. That's a trademark. A trademark and a patent are different. And I think the big thing I'm talking about here is if the technology is easily reproducible and easily manipulatable, people will be able to come up with different applications of this type of technology and
for sure
make adaptations to it and patent that, and that will be theirs separate from Gobold's. So they'll get within a couple of years, they'll have this technology too. It's only going to slow down other people getting it by a few years.
Yeah, but for 5 years, it won't be complete anarchy in the streets.
That's true. Yeah, I just want to bring that up to everyone involved so that they're all aware of it.
So Charles and so Smythe and Pembleton kind of have a conversation. They say, we're perfectly fine with you guys providing they don't say you guys. We're perfectly fine with you in receiving your initial capital from anywhere. We still would like to invest in your company. That was the whole reason we were here in the first place. And His Grace, His Lordship, the Right Honorable
sorry about that.
Sir Miles Pembleton, as well as Lord Smythe, said, yes, we were always here we were here because we want to be in on the ground floor. We would each like a 10% interest in your company, and we are willing to provide as much capital in addition to whatever they're giving you as you would ask in order to obtain a 10% interest each. And Goobold starts to say something, and Jig immediately pushes him to the side and says, yes, we could talk about that Let's go to the back and talk, gentlemen. And the three of them go into the back. And Professor Miller comes up and he shakes Shamrock's hand, and he shakes Dimitri's hand, and he leans over the counter to shake Gubolt's hand and says, "Great things, great times are coming upon us. I look forward to seeing your research." And he turns and he runs off out into the streets.
He Naruto runs into the streets.
Ivan Mendoza is making notes, and he says, Interesting. I'll be sure to send a copy of the Tribune to you, ma'am." And he, tips his hat to Marissa, sorry, and then turns and he leaves as well. Just moving him slowly in case you guys want to stop him or anything like that.
No.
Okay, cool. All right. And
can I ask real quick? Can you tell me the name of the paper that Ivan Mendoza worked for again?
The Chicago Tribune.
Thank you. I forgot to write down the name.
Yep.
Once he's finally out of earshot, just what a crackpot.
So you pull you go ahead and pull Gubold and Marissa aside and explain, hey, you do have a patent, but you only have it for a couple years. And, so in that meantime, you're going to have to make a lot of other patents. And eventually, so on and so forth. You're familiar with somewhat of how business works. You're not a business tycoon yourself.
Right.
But
I was involved a little bit in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So not like CEO levels or anything like that, but enough you can explain about patents and things like that. So yeah, you explain that this patent isn't forever, so people will still be able to make it on their own. And Google's excited about that part. He wants everyone to be able to do stuff with it because he's a dreamer and doesn't realize, but Marissa does. And she's like, "We understand," but at the same time, as she subtly rubs her belly, and she's like, "We have other considerations to take, in the meantime."
Well then,
And 5 years worth of a very important technology will surely see our family well off.
I'm sure it will. Just be careful who buys it, I suppose.
Oh, absolutely. Don't worry. Gubold laughs and says, "Yes, I'm sure. As I always say, behind every brilliant man," and his wife leans in over him and says, "is an even more brilliant wife."
So before Miles and Smythe head off, I'm going to simply say, "I'm sorry for earlier. Sometimes my origins escape me."
Yeah, they kind of give you a smile and nod and go back to ignoring you as they go back and talk money.
While they're doing that, Shamrock will just lean in for Marissa and just. Okay, I'm getting bad reverb off you, mic there. Okay, there, good. Yeah, just lean in close and just listen. It's probably not my business, but one artificer to another, just if you need help, just know where to find me. I'm at least acquainted with the military process, and it ain't pretty. So if they give you any trouble, know where to find me.
Absolutely. Now, we've been incredibly rude keeping all these customers here without offering them to buy anything. How can we help you? Welcome to Gubold's Gizmos and Gadgets.
Open the shop inventory screen.
Meanwhile, I'm going to see how much money was in that wallet. Wait,
open up the wallet.
Are they gone, by the way?
No, they're in the back.
Okay.
I'm waiting for it to blow up
duck
with
behind
pink paint.
Yeah, do you want to go behind a display or something and open it up?
Over here.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yep. And there's a bomb. Boom.
So he was carrying what looks like 100 platinum and what looks like a blank checkbook.
All right. All right.
And so, so you find that. You also find some pens and, it's just a small gilded pen that you could use to write checks. It's attached to the checkbook.
Okay.
It's probably worth 15 or 20 gold if you sold it off to someone who, a pawn shop or something.
Cool. So I'm gonna take some. Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were gonna say something.
I was gonna just take out some of the plat along with what I have and put the wallet away before coming out.
Okay, cool. So you dump the plat into your own coin purse. That's fine.
Yep. And just drop the wallet over here where he was standing.
Okay. Assuming that no one in this particularly cares. You're echoing.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna assume no one in this group particularly cares to look. Although Shamrock probably would notice with his passive perception.
Yep.
That you did drop something on the floor.
Didn't notice the sleight of hand, but.
Who wants to go first? Because I have a list of stuff for everyone.
Let's all choose one number from 1 to 6, and then we'll roll a d6.
5.
Okay.
3.
2.
6.
Clark is 1.
Yeah.
4.
Gray, you were 4, right? Gray was 4. I was 2. Gray was 4. Gray is first.
Okay,
right,
where's the list?
Okay, so there's a couple different items that Goobold thinks would appeal to you. The first thing he holds up is this is a lapel pin, usually worn by diplomats or politicians. It allows you to it allows them to backpedal more easily. This magical lapel pin does not require attunement. Lets you cast the glibness spell once per long rest. There's also, let's see. There's also got this strange object called the Flask of the Hearth. It allows it's so you put it in a campfire and it slowly fills up with energy, or a fireplace, I guess, or a mini oven, as he nods towards Shamrock, and it takes about an hour to fill up. After it does, you can drink from it, and it will restore a bit of your vitality.
Well, what's the difference between that and just buying a regular ass healing potion?
Well, this one's refillable.
Fair?
A potion is used up once. This one you can reuse over and over again.
And
Let's see if I can find. There it is. I've also. Oh, go ahead. Finish whatever you were saying.
No, never mind.
Okay. I've also got this. I know that you're a little bit of a trickster yourself. And I've got this wonderful device. It's called a trickster's hand. It's kind of like a glove of spells, a glove of storing, but it's built into your hand. It actually almost takes the place of your hand. It functions basically like a glove of storing. You could store up to 500 pounds in it. It doesn't increase the weight of your hand in this case. Retrieving the item requires an action. Same thing with storing it. It does require attunement. However, once you attune to it, it can't be removed, and your HP is permanently lowered by 1d8 plus 2 points. However, you basically have a glove of storing in your hand that can't be, like, you can't have it removed from you because it is your hand now. You can't store living creatures in.
Fucking terrifying.
You can't store living creatures in it, and if the owner is ever killed, all the objects spill out.
Hate that. Viscerally hate that. I don't know why that's making me very uncomfortable to think about.
We also have one more object that might be of interest to you. It's called Demon's Thread. The little bobbin actually has like cute little demon horns on it. The thread can be used to sew together any material it can penetrate. Once sewn, the thread vanishes, leaving the sewn materials fused together seamlessly.
So it's like mending, but for less objects.
No, it's for more objects, because anything it can penetrate. So if you get an adamantine needle and you thread it through,
that is true.
You could fuse. You could hang a TV on a wall, for example, with this. You could never take it down, but
you would have to get through the wall on the other side and then back, because that's how sewing works.
Yep.
This
is kind of like that magic glue, but that like universal glue, or the permanent glue thing, but it's thread.
Yeah. Okay. And also, which ones are attunement?
Just the hand.
Okay.
The lapel pin is going to cost a little bit more than a regular one would, because a regular one would be an attunement item. This is a non-attunement item, so it's going to cost a little more.
Could I potentially see the item card for the second one? Is it allowed?
The flask?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, audio processing go burr. Cause like I'm buying the lapel pin, big duh. Okay. How much for the first two?
It's not glibness.
Gift of Gab.
One. Gift of Gab, that's it.
Me knowing you sent me that fucking video for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's really cool.
Because it is.
Yeah, glibness would be horrifying at this level.
You said free use of glibness for the frip.
Yeah. Yeah, free use of Gift of Gab once per long rest. You are looking at. So the lapel pin is going to be 5,000 gold, and the flask. Which level are you getting? Hearth or
The babiest one. I don't think I have enough money for.
Okay, Hearth is going to be 1,500.
More doable. Hold on. How do you convert platinum? What's the conversion? 1 platinum is how many?
1 platinum is 10 gold.
It's a base 10 system.
Okay, plus.
Except for Electum, but we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Electrum.
We can do quick math. We can do 3985. Oh god,
and you're
oh
free
god,
to, of
oh
course,
god,
get
oh
healing
god.
potions or something like that as well.
Yeah.
All the standard stuff is still here.
So then. Huh?
So I was just like, while you were doing math, Google was going to talk to Shamrock. Oh, by the way,
Okay,
I also
you can do
had
that.
one of the clothes washing machines and one of the dish washing machines delivered to your house.
Oh.
I guarantee I worked all the bugs out of these ones.
Well, I'm sure we'll be
He
first
says
to know.
as if that's supposed to reassure you.
I'm sure we'll be the first to know if it goes wrong. Or Cleo, but Cleo will be fine.
Oh, speaking of which, did you want one of those one of the regular sized ovens as well, or one of the micro ovens?
One of the micro ovens.
Yeah, you know what? They want both. I remember Cleo talking about those with the Tandor crystals.
I'll send one of each to you.
Thanks.
So you said that the lapel pin was 5,000 gold?
Yes.
Okay, if I pull together all of my money except for my copper pieces, I have just enough.
To do both?
No, just for the one. Just for the one.
Okay.
Spent a lot of money last time I was
5,000
here,
gold?
and I spent even more money the time I was here before.
That's so crazy that suddenly you have 5,000 more gold. That's so crazy.
No, it's so crazy that I'm down to 59 gold pieces and 887
so crazy that I already
copper.
marked the 5,000 off my sheet.
It's
so you
so crazy that I already
on.
Charles. I can't because I already erased all the numbers and I don't remember how much.
Oh my god, it's 50. It's 5,000. Just put 5,000 gold. Jeffrey's not gonna make you convert it back into whatever you had it in before. Stinky.
No.
Put down 2,500 more. Put down 2,500.
2,500. Okay.
Deal.
God.
It's like old Mary.
We are.
No one in my entire life has ever said, "I'm giving you money," and then I argued back, "No, you're not."
Listen. This is a Capricorn and a Leo speaking to each other.
Also, I'm basically handing you free HP refills for you to use your persona abilities with, and you're turning it down.
I know. I'm aware of that fact. You know what? Hey, if I'm being aggressively sugar daddied, and how much was the second thing?
I believe it said. I said it was
1,000 something.
1,500.
There we go. Now I have enough for that. I am going to look at formerly with aim in my eye.
He's looking away.
Formerly, Why don't you make me a sleight of hand to see if you could just like slip it into Fritz's pocket without him noticing?
Oh, bitch. Then yeah, absolutely, he doesn't fucking notice. Are you kidding me? I mean, I'll roll for it just for like laughs.
Yeah, we're fighting.
But
We're
that's a
fighting.
28, lads.
Hold on. We're fighting. We're
Fritz
fighting now. We're fighting.
Sucker.
Oh, so fucking close.
Yeah, so like
what would you have rolled with your plus
yeah,
if you just rolled a nat 20?
Shut up.
Yeah, so you
Shut
just
the
like
fuck
pull
up, I
out your
love you
money
so-
and you start counting and you're like, yeah, okay, I have enough, and you pass it over.
I don't remember having this money, but it's there.
You know, those last rounds of betting were really crazy.
Yeah.
So Fritz is taken care of. We're gonna highlight that as a green for good job. Alright. Roll a d6.
Who's next?
Oh, let's roll a freaking d6, bros.
That's a 1.
1.
That's
Edwin.
That was me.
The cream.
Edwin.
green.
So you had asked for healing potions to be available, which of course they are.
Yep. Any other kind of cool stuff?
There are 2 items available that Google somehow knows that you would want. The Cloak of Elvenkind and the Boots of Elvenkind.
I don't know what those are. And by that I mean me, Clark, not me, Edwin.
They are like canon items, so
Yeah.
Otherwise,
okay.
you could just look them up. I wonder if the compendium has them.
They should.
It's like a help with stealth or something with the
Yeah.
boots, right?
Advantage for
Cloak of
stealth.
Elvenkind gives you, while you wear this cloak with the hood up, wisdom perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and you have advantage on dexterity stealth checks made to hide. It's basically the cloak from Lord of the Rings.
Okay, cool.
Like it changes color to like match the environment you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Then Boots of Elvenkind are advantage to stealth checks, and your steps aren't heard when you're walking around.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's advantage on checks to move silently. So between them, you have advantage on all stealth checks.
All right.
So sneaky.
So in
How much do both of those
like,
cost?
So they are. So the boots are uncommon, and the cloak of Elvenkind.
I believe it's uncommon as well.
Is uncommon as well. So I'm going to say those are 500 each.
Oh, I can afford that. Yeah, I'll buy both of those. Do they require attunement?
Cool.
I believe so.
I don't believe so.
Oh.
Cloak does.
I don't think the boots do. Boots are not an attunement item.
Okay.
They are just adventuring gear. And the cloak...
Cloak is, though.
Yeah, the cloak requires attunement.
Cloak does require attunement, yes.
Oh, is there anything I can unattune and be okay with? Maybe. Yeah, I'll buy them both. Why not?
Sure. You can always, like, unattune to something temporarily for a mission. There are also, 2... he also says, you look like a man who enjoys things that explode.
No, but sometimes you do need explosions, I suppose.
Excellent. So, I do have here, in my possession, this is, you know, the military was all into developing grenades for all sorts of things, but they never quite got the hang of it, but I figured it out. And so he shows you, it creates a cloud, a 20-foot cloud. It's like a knockout gas grenade is what it is.
Okay.
So they have to make a DC 12 Constitution save or they fall asleep.
DC 12 Constitution save or they fall asleep. And
yeah.
How much are each of those? Like, what's the area on them? How long's the sleep net last?
It's a diameter of 20 feet.
Okay.
And they're asleep. Basically, it's just like they'd fallen asleep naturally, like a sleep spell.
Okay.
It's kind of like a cloud kill kind of thing, but instead of kill, it just like puts them to sleep.
All right.
So
how much do those cost each?
Sleepy time grenades are those are 15 gold each.
Okay,
and
I'll get...
there are also stinking grenades that makes it smell like rotten eggs.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
It's the same DC, or they are sickened. Or nauseous, I guess, would be more accurate, but I don't believe nauseous is a thing.
Okay, can I get 3 of each of those grenades? Do they both cost 15 per grenade?
Yes, they do.
Alright, I'll get 3 of each of those as well.
Cool. Yeah, I don't think nauseated is an effect, so it would be sickened instead.
Alright.
Actually, sickened isn't a thing either. We'll say it's the same thing as poison. Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. But okay. They're like, it's like, oh, the smell is so bad, I feel sick. Also, I found these really weird pumpkins over near one of the cemeteries.
Pumpkins?
You know, near the end of last month, yeah. And I found out you can like plant them on anything, walls, ceilings, your annoying neighbor's dog house. And she like, his wife like slaps his shoulder and he's like, I took it back down. Probably. And and he says, yes, so you just plant them anywhere and they become shamrock. What's that term for when you step on something and it blows up?
A landmine?
Yeah, that thing.
I don't know that I want landmines. That seems bad.
Only if you're dumb enough to step on it.
No, it's perfectly safe for you.
How many of them are there?
I mean, it'll be fine. You step on it, you go 30 meters into the air, and you go all around the place. It's fine. That's what everyone does.
I mean, you can survive being in multiple pieces, right?
Sure.
Let me see if I can find it.
Do you have items cards for the potions and these pumpkins that you're talking about?
I do not have item cards for the potions.
Okay.
However, the cloak and boot of Elvenkind are available in the compendium.
Yeah, I got those already. I'm good.
Desperately attempting to find these fucking pumpkins. Oh, I think I remember where they were. They were in...
Yeah, I'll get 3 exploding pumpkins just for the sake of not missing it, I guess.
Yeah. And it does remind you of... God, I'm sorry. I have a tickle in my throat that's been here all day.
Someone still the seas from the Pumpkin King fight.
Yeah, so you find... Yeah, basically. You find the set of pumpkins... the set of 3 is 150 gold.
Three of them is 150, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Then, yeah, I will buy 3 of those.
Cool. I will eventually find out where the fuck I saw them first, and I will send you the item card for them as soon as I figure it out.
Okay.
Promise.
Yeah, for sure. That's good with me.
Cool. In the meantime, did you want anything else?
Nope, I'm good. That's all I was gonna say.
Is that better?
Cool. Let's roll a d6.
2 this time.
2. Who's number 2?
Sorry.
I think that was Charles.
Yeah, that was me.
Will the real Charles please stand up?
That's me, baby, the real Charles.
All right.
With the real
so,
I'm joking.
So there's a couple different options for you. There's something called a clean thistle plant.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's a like a nettle plant, and the needles can be brewed into a tea that is a bit it's very bitter, but it you affect it as the neutralize poison spell when you drink it.
Oh.
A clean thistle stalk has a single 26-week growing period through spring and summer. During this period, enough needles for a single dose of tea will grow 4 days after being harvested.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's interesting. Noted.
Okay, that is going to be 7,200 gold. You also mentioned wanting to know more about the Dragonborn that you had a vision of.
Yeah, just like if there was anything that I saw that had like any similar iconography, or like anything that just seemed like.
There is a notebook, a theologian's notebook, that will give you spend 1 minute consulting the notebook, and you gain a 1d4 -1 bonus on a religion check. And it's got all sorts of details about all the religions of the world, including the empty wind.
Okay.
And that is a common item, which does not require attunement, so that would be... I think that would be like, maybe 200 gold. No, I'll say 150. And I can copy that to you. You could also, I assume that you, like, at some point mentioned that, like, you want to find something nice for your mom. And so Goobold says, well, I have all these crystals left over, and I've gotten fairly good at shaping them. I can make, like, a rose out of a nice crystal if you'd like. You could send to her.
That actually would be quite nice.
And, let's just say it's 5 gold.
All right.
15 if you want to make it out of a fancy crystal like a ruby.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. There's also the option I'm making this offer to you specifically to fit your aesthetic. There are... there are a couple spells. You can pay some gold to add them to your spell list.
What are those?
Let's see. I was looking at Kafsa, and I was looking at the Black Lotus Assault.
Okay.
Which you can find on page 161.
Thank you.
We're gonna do level squared times 200 to add this to your spell list.
Okay. Waiting for the thing to load, so don't mind me.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. Fritz was the one who was doing Rose theme stuff, right?
If by Rose themed stuff you mean purchased a cursed sword?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a third level conjuration spell that you could get to help out kind of go with that theme if you wanted to, like...
Yeah, you should get this spell. I'm looking at it right now, Gray. This fucks. I'll screenshot it and send it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I'll be completely honest. Was not aware that I was being spoken to at any point in time.
Oh, bestie.
No, here's the issue. Fritz is now a persona user, which does not use spells in the traditional sense. So if you want to get that, we can work in how you would do that. And I will also send you, I apologize for not doing it sooner, I will send you Thorns of a Rose as well, so you can take a look at it. Meanwhile, you said if there was any items I was itching to throw at you guys and see if it would stick, that I could.
Yeah.
Yep.
So besides the Trickster's Hand, which I found very exciting and sexy.
Did we go? Oh. Never mind this one.
You, weapon charms.
Ooh, woo. These are so cute. Yeah, this is adorable. Are you fucking kidding me?
Where did he post it?
Jeffrey, you should post this in there. It's like these little magic infused charms that you can attach onto your weapons, and it gives them different effects. You can have a miniature lantern on it and make it glow.
That is cute.
There's a moss charm.
So yeah, you can think of that.
Whoa, crimson hair charm. How much are each of these?
So it depends upon the rarity.
Okay. How much are the uncommon ones?
The uncommon ones are going to be about 500 gold each.
Okay. And then how much is Okay, I'm gonna get a I'm gonna get a crimson hair charm, a veiled charm, and a miniature lantern just because I think the miniature lantern one's cute.
Okay. Just keep in mind, you can only benefit from one at a time.
Okay, I just think they're cute.
Okay, that's fine. The miniature lantern is going to be 100 gold.
Okay, so it's the other ones were 200, right? So it's 500 total.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right. And that's that. Who's next? Shall we? We've got 3 people left.
Lucky number 6.
That's me.
Which was Maria! Okay, so obviously healing potions are still on the table, as well as any, of the other magical stuff we talked about. However, there was something that you said you didn't want a ton, because you were having trouble keeping up with all of your stuff. However, there was one item I thought you might find of interest.
All right, lay it on me.
It is called a Cask of Time. And I can't believe I closed the thing. So the Cask of Time makes it so that your any alcohol placed inside it ages very fast. Ages at 5 times the normal rate. Inanimate material stored within this barrel ferment and decay at 5 times the normal rate, allowing fine spirits to be magically aged to perfection in a fraction of the time. And I thought, for someone who's running an alcohol empire, that would be something you'd be interested in.
Ooh.
No, I like it. How much is it?
It is a common item, so they are 100 gold each.
Oh.
These are about, these are like a common barrel size, so they're going to be about 20 gallons.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll get like.
Let me actually check that. How much does a barrel of alcohol hold? 50 gallons is the standard whiskey barrel. So let's say 50 gallons.
Cool. So I'll get 2 of those.
2 of those? Okay, cool. It's
Yeah.
100 gold each.
And then if I were to get like 3 health potions, how much would that be?
I believe they are 50 gold each.
Okay, cool.
I am still looking for wherever the hell that those pumpkins are. I promise I am.
Alright, no problem. Take your time.
Because I was just looking at it, I was like, this is the perfect item for him. We also have in our midst. Did you want anything else, Maria?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I will send you the text of the cask. So this would let you do stuff like take really cheap alcohol and kind of age it up to make it better. So I figured this would be something that your character would be intensely interested in.
Yeah.
So, who's next? We have 2 people left. You guys can roll or just choose.
Who else? I know I'm partially, but who else? Oh, who else? I'm trying to remember.
You Shamrock?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you can go first.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, Dimitri, you wanted braces of defense. Those give you +2 AC.
Yeah,
Those
that would be
are
nice.
Those are perfectly acceptable. The DMG version specifically says that it just gives you straight +2 to AC.
Yep.
Those are rare.
Okay.
So I'm going to say those cost you, based on the old formula, let's say 2,000 gold.
Cool. And I was hoping to get the Pale Wind Charm as well, but I only have 2,000 gold on my sheet at least. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can always come back for it at another time.
You know what? My AC is good. I'm going to go for the Pale Wind Charm and make it specific. So, question, GM: what is your ruling on using the Pale Wind Charm as a bracelet for my unarmed attacks?
You would let me take a look at it. The Pale Wind Charm. I could say you could attach it to a bracelet. That's fine.
Okay, so it would affect my unarmed attacks. Cool.
Yes. Although you have to use your reactions, so you can only do it to one of them.
Yeah. Still. Yeah, let's go with the Pale Wind's Charm. It'll be a nice surprise for anyone who tries to get up close and personal with me.
Okay. You are going to... so they are rare, so it's gonna be... I'll be nice and say it'll take you 2,000 gold.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and... Let's go ahead and buy the Pale Wind's Charm.
Okay.
Unless there was anything else that was for offer.
There are several things.
And wait, you said how much was in the platinum purse? In the purse with the platinum?
There was 100 platinum in there.
Okay, so that was just the gold I had before. Okay, so I do have enough for maybe one more item. Go ahead and hit me.
Okay. There are the amulets of the mighty fist +1.
Ooh.
If you strike with a natural weapon or an unarmed strike, you add +1 to attack and damage. Basically, you get a +1 enhancement bonus to your fists or your claws or something like that. That's 4,000 gold, however.
Yeah.
I have a couple monk-related items that you might find of interest, such as stone knuckles, which are heavy stone brass knuckles that give you, when you flurry of blows, if your first unarmed strike hits, you gain advantage on the attack roll for your second unarmed strike. And
because the 100 plat, I only have like 1,000 gold from that. So.
Gotcha. Let's see. There's the deflection ring, which while wearing the ring, the first time you use your deflect missiles each round, it does not use your reaction.
Yes. How much is it?
It is uncommon rarity, so I'm going to say it is going to be 350 gold.
I'll take it.
Okay, I shall send you the text of that.
You said it was 300?
350. And it does not require attunement.
Nice.
There are also an assortment of gun upgrades you can put on.
Okay. Are they applicable to the sun? Dawnbreaker or whatever?
Yes.
Ooh, such as what?
They work on any gun.
So, what are these upgrades?
Hold on, that's not it. I swear I have all these open. I swear my computer is also slowing down. Okay, so As a general rule, you're only able to put 2 upgrades on each firearm. Cannot have 2 of the same upgrade. So the upgrades are longer barrel, which is long range number. A bayonet, which is allows you to do a melee attack. Obviously, it would be something else if it was on a pistol. Bigger revolving cylinder, which is a higher reload score. Basically, how many times you can fire it before it has to be reloaded. Hair trigger, chance for an extra attack. Protected primer, smaller chance for misfire. A safety, more difficult for others to use, and a scope, which would not apply to yours. But on, say, a rifle, it would give a longer normal range.
I mean, some of those are applicable, those kind of scopes applicable, but this is certainly not one.
Yeah, I also probably wouldn't do the longer barrel for you. So because that doesn't necessarily make sense.
Yeah. And how many extra attacks can you have?
For the hair trigger?
Yeah, be as monk and already have an extra attack.
So whenever you crit, your gun shoots out an extra bullet. You cannot use any trick shots for this extra attack. And you do have to roll just like any other attack. If you had to reload after the crit, this feature has no effect. So if you're on your last bullet, you can't magically fire another one. However, if you crit, you could basically fire another shot.
I can reload as a free action, though, in my bullet time mode.
You can't reload as a reaction. A bonus action is different than a reaction.
Let me double check my ability. I thought it was a free action to reload.
There's no such thing as a free action in this.
Right, let me check. Right.
However, you could do the bigger revolving cylinder, which adds... if your reload score was 2, you add 1 to it. If your reload score was 3 or higher, you add 2 to it. So as a 6-shot revolver, you could upgrade it to 8.
Okay.
Protected primer, reduce your misfire score goes down by 1 to a minimum of 1.
Have we been using misfire rules?
If you roll a natural 1, yes.
Okay.
Some guns, specifically the more primitive ones, have a higher misfire rating.
Okay.
However, all the modern guns that you guys have just misfire on a 1, so it's not as useful. But for example, if you guys picked up an old-timey weapon you wanted to use it, this would be...
Okay. Let's go with the higher... Let's go with the larger chambers. More shots. 2 and 8 shot.
Okay. Cool. So bigger revolving cylinder, and you could do one more. Did you want to put the hair trigger on it as well?
Yeah, let's go with the hair trigger.
Okay, so it's gonna cost you 200 GP worth of metal, and it says here it takes 3 days worth of downtime to add it. However, Gulbald can do it faster than that. However, you are done with him till tomorrow.
That's fair.
Cool. So I will send you...
Watch us get into a fight next session.
I mean, you'll just have to punch stuff like a monk does.
Yeah.
Or heaven forbid, you have to use your warlock abilities.
Oh, yeah. God forbid.
Alright, so... I am being punked by my own inventory here, as I cannot find those exploding pumpkins anywhere, but I swear to God, Edwin, I will find them.
No problem.
Oh, here we go.
Whenever you find them.
Fucking just found them.
Okay.
And you said it was 250 for the...
It's 100 gold each.
Okay.
There it is. And last but certainly not least, Shamrock.
Yes.
Now for my boy. I've got quite a few things for you.
Mm-hmm.
Close that, close that, close that, and close that, and close that, and I can close that. Okay, so the first, you said you wanted to punch. You wanted more punch.
Mm-hmm.
The hand rubs the Gathering Storm won't work for you. However, there is a wondrous item called a Scorching Fist. Traditionally used in forges and foundries by smiths to work. This allows more personal manner. These have been seen some unconventional uses in underground battle pits. Item has 10 charges. You can recharge it by 1d6 plus 2 charges by replacing the fuel canister on the side. To do this, you will need the equivalent of 1 GP of high quality oil. It takes 10 minutes and can be performed once per long rest. Well tuned this item, you can expend 1 charge to add 1d4 fire damage to your unarmed strikes. Or, you can use the overheat. You can expend 3 charges to remove the limiter from the gauntlet. A flaming blade emerges from the gauntlet, shedding bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light an additional 10 foot. You can perform a melee attack with the blade, dealing 3d6 plus 2 fire damage on a successful hit. Lasts for 1 minute. If you use overheat again in 2 hours of time, the gauntlet installation no longer protects you from the heat, and you take 5d6 fire damage and drop the gauntlets, causing you to lose all remaining charges. I can send that to you so you can take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the option for the Amulet of Mighty Fists, 4,000 gold for a +1 to attack and damage. Let's see, where are you? There you are.
There it is.
Alternatively, there are some artificer objects which you may be interested in.
I'm intrigued.
Such as, I'll save the best for last. How about that?
All right.
The Tiny Tinker's Toolkit. It's a common wondrous item, does not require attunement. You can store a set of tools within this toolkit. You can use an action to shrink the toolkit to fit in the palm of your hand or back to its normal size. So think like a toolbox that can shrink to fit in the palm of your hand.
All right, that's good.
Professor Pym over here.
The Extra Parts Kit, which lets you use right tool for the job, but takes 1 minute to create instead of 1 hour.
Ooh, that's really good.
In addition, when you have tool expertise, a creature that makes an ability check using a tool you created with the right tool for the right job gains the benefit of your tool expertise. That is an uncommon. Gloves of Manipulation. Your magical tinkering can affect twice as many objects at one time. And when you would exceed your maximum, you could choose which property immediately ends. Belt of Ingenious Protection. It's kind of a garish belt. But when you use Flash of Genius on a creature, it gains temporary hit points equal to your intelligence modifier for 1 minute.
Interesting.
And the Magic Item Operator Manual. This book has never been read, but scribbled on the back are some useful notes. The first check you make to identify a magic item or discern how trap or object work is at advantage. Usable once, and then you can't use it again until the next dawn.
Okay.
And then, all those are uncommon or common. Now, the one that I've saved is the best for last, is the Transformation Cog.
Okay.
Gulbald paces it reverently on the counter. It gives off an aura of strong, like almost an overwhelming aura of transmutation magic. Once attuned, it uses its unique properties to merge itself with the being who attuned to it. You can spend 1 minute to scan a beast you can see within 15 feet of you. Beast must be no larger or smaller than one size category above or below your own. This form is stored within transformation cog until you scan another form. Has 4 charges. You can use your action to spend a charge to transform into a beast that you have scanned and stored. And it regains 1d4 expended charges daily at dawn. You can stay transformed for 1 hour. Basically, you can wild shape.
Wow.
But like Transformers Beast Wars wild shape.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's interesting. Huh.
That is awesome.
I will... Let's see. Where is Transformation Cog? You know, I figured maybe you want to use it on a certain person.
Wait, it works on people?
I was thinking of Silver.
Yeah. Behold, I'm a unicorn.
He will be a large-sized unicorn.
One day.
You will no longer be Shamrock. You will be Shamrock Primal. That's a callback to a very old, very bad TV show. For all
I remember it.
God. Watching.
God, the CG in it was, in hindsight, horrible, but just, God.
Yeah. So those are the ones he says he thought you might find interesting.
God, if I wasn't choking.
Be careful with the Shamrock, because there's only one of these in existence.
And it happens to be in your workshop. No real surprise there, I suppose.
I don't know if I can repair this Shamrock. If it gets broken somehow or disenchanted, I don't know if I can make another one.
Huh.
You were also looking for some magic armor.
Well, I can do the magic part. I just need the armor.
Do you just need, like, full plate?
Yeah, I just need full plate, preferably mithril.
You could just look up the price of full plate and then apply the mithril modification to it. That's no problem. I thought you were looking for, like, magic weapon or magic armor.
Yeah, the trick is I need to be normal so then I can make a magic. Because magic, I can't double the magic.
Gotcha.
Can't triple stamp a double stamp.
Gotcha. You can Bogo's bid at that. That's no problem.
Okay.
So he also says, and I've got this thing I'm working on. I don't have it right now, but we were talking about doing all this gem stuff and enchanting them. I'm thinking of making like some linked earrings that you could talk to each other on, like a radio, but like for your ear. I don't know what you'd call that. Maybe like I don't know. They look kind of like flower buds, so I'm thinking maybe like an ear bud or something like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I suppose it work as a name, at least a working title.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't have anything yet, but next time you come back, maybe I'll have made some progress on it.
Yeah. All right. No, I'll take a look at that when you get to it. Oh, before I forget, speaking of communication, just need some materials here.
Absolutely.
Plan to, and just gain materials for my sending stones, so I can expand the network.
I assume you want more more gunpowder as well?
I also hadn't thought about it, but yeah, let's put in for another 100 GP of gunpowder. Might as well.
Gotcha. You can also ask him to make you a device that can do the spell for you. Basically, it won't take your spell slots anymore, but you still have to put the material components in.
Yeah. Maybe down the line.
I mean, yeah, it's like what, a second level spell or something like that?
Yeah, I'm not choked for that spell slot.
It's not gonna happen anytime quick, but you can work on it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, it's rare. I mean, it sounds so cool. I don't want to say no, but
don't you want to be a druid without needing to give up metal, Shamrock? I thought you were a cool kid.
Look, I'm flesh and bone like you. Shamrock, you're a horse. Still counts.
Nay. Oh, sorry. Nay. Winnie. Knicker.
Let's see what I can.
Shamrock is a horse.
Or any other beast that is between small and large, which is most of them. You could turn into a bear.
Oh my gosh. Would I would technically count, wouldn't I?
No, you would not. You are not a beast.
Right.
You could go to the zoo and scan a bear.
I could become a warg.
Could he walk on 2 feet and talk like Dimitri?
I could even steal picnic baskets.
Okay.
This is wild shape, but like for artificers.
Well, at least it'd be smarter than the average bear.
Oh, he got there.
Boo. Alright, how much was that cog again?
The transformation cog is a
rare
rare item. This is one of a kind, so it's going to be 1,000 gold.
Yeah, that's a bit out of my price range. I'll keep it in mind.
I can.
Didn't one of you make several 100,000 gold? I know you all have made bank in this fucking...
Yeah, the problem is mithril plate armor is expensivo.
I
know at least 2 of you made several 100,000 gold.
2 of us did.
Yeah,
plate mail made a lot of money.
Yeah, plate mail itself is 1,500 gold. Not even adding on the mithril part.
Yeah, but mithril is only like what, a times
200 on top.
Oh no, 200. Shamrock, you made more than that in one betting session.
Did I?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't
walked. You guys walked in with like between you $500,000.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
bye, Jess.
Yeah, coming out, I only have 2,300 some gold and some other coinage.
Write down your winnings.
I did exactly as he told me.
Yeah.
This is the money you got. Unless there's some zeros that didn't get translated. Yeah.
We'll have to review the footage.
But yeah.
But for now, for the Eastern Time Zone people, it's past 11:30.
Yeah, for now, just leave the cog as is. And...
I was going to say I can give you 970, and you can just pay me back later, or give me a free enchantment later for one of my items.
It's not too important.
We can just finish this offline, right? Like,
yeah. Why don't we put a pin in this until we figure out how much money people actually have?
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
And then we will come back to this next session Thank you, everyone, for joining us for another exciting episode of the Unsung City.
More exciting shopping to follow.
Tune in next week for more shopping trips. Bye, everyone.
Maybe we'll even go to the grocery store. Ooh.